Hello and welcome back to the channel with me, Alex Jones. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at a Daily Mail cryptic crossword. This is from the 22nd of May. Let's get started. One across, the old country, so I heard, in a bad way. So I'm not sure what this answer is going to be. There's a couple of different things here. So I heard could be a homophone indicator, in which case we might be looking for something that sounds like the old country, or maybe O for old and then a word that sounds like a country. That means in a bad way. Alternatively, in a bad way feels like it could be an anagram indicator, and so I heard is 8 letters long. So the definition then could be the old country. The definition is likely to be at the start or the end, and those both feel like reasonable things. Not sure, so I hope we get some crossing letters and we'll see. 3 down's only got 3 letters. That might be an easy clue. We'll see. A terrible noise coming from the landing. A terrible noise could be a din, and coming from could be a hidden indicator. We do have din inside the word landing. We've got D-I-N here. So yeah, hidden. Nice. There is a D, so could be that is an anagram. Bill has little time for paperwork. I guess this is a word for paperwork. That is a 4-letter word for bill or a bill, and inside of that has little time, which I'm assuming is a T. T can mean time. It's an abbreviation you get in physics. What would that be? What could paperwork be? It's going to have a T there, or probably not there because of the N. I'm not sure on that one. There's another 3-letter word up here though. Racism oddly ignored in mission. Oddly, and maybe even oddly ignored, sounds to me like we're taking some of the letters of different bits of this. So could be that we're ignoring the odd letters of racism, in which case we'd get A-I-M, aim, which does mean mission, or we'd be taking mission I-S-I-N, sorry, I-S-O, which doesn't mean racism. So yeah, it's going to be aim. Make sums make sense. I think this will be add up. I think that's a double definition. If you're making sums, you're adding up. If something makes sense, then it adds up. The reverse of material extracted from the earth. The reverse of material extracted from the earth. Extracted could be indicating a hidden. We've got an M here, from the earth. Doesn't really help. We've got an M here. Mater. I don't think that feels reasonable. The reverse could be indicating that it goes backwards. But again, MF doesn't feel like a good start. Morphed also doesn't feel right, so I don't think that's what it is. A material extracted from the earth could be metal, could be ore. If it was ore, what would that be? No, I'm not seeing it. He'd taken in work and had aspirations. Hoped. If you have aspirations, you hope. And that feels right, because he'd, H-E-D, is going to take in work. I think in this case, work is reference to a magnum opus, or just an opus, which can be abbreviated to OP. Let's just have a look at opus in the dictionary. Latin word, so yeah. Opus, musical composition, a musical work. Yeah. We do have another letter on this now, though. We've got D, which does mean that the MORFD could work. I don't think it will. Yeah, I'm not seeing a thing there. Characters from the heart of Norway, accompanied by an African. Characters could be an anagram indicator. If you're taking the letters or characters from something, then you might be just using those components and doing it a different way. The issue with that is accompanied by an African feels very positional. It feels like we've got a word for an African that is going to be next to the heart of Norway, and that reading would mean characters is going to be our definition. From the heart of Norway, which could be RW, could be ORWA, Rwandan. I mean, RW is a really weird collection of letters to have together, so unless you're putting something inside of it, them, then there's not many options you can have. Rwandan feels sensible. Accompanied by could be and an. Okay, so yeah, accompanied is positional, but it's not talking about an African. It's talking about the word an. So heart of Norway, RW, accompanied by and. If you were to say me and my wife, me, I was accompanied by my wife. Like the two words are synonymous there. So RW and an. So that gets that, which makes me think that this is going to be mined. If material is extracted from the earth, it'll be mined. No, I'm splitting that in the wrong place. It's not material extracted from the earth. Mined is only extracted from the earth, because the wordplay is the reverse of material, and the material in question is denim. Okay. A way to refer to rising, showing no enthusiasm. To rising could be the word to, but instead of going down, it's instead going up. And if that's showing something, maybe it has a word meaning no enthusiasm in it. I'm wondering if you could have apathy, because we've got an A and an H, and that is no enthusiasm. I don't think I can make it work. Because if you're doing that, that would have to be at the start, so you wouldn't have two around it. But apathetic. If you refer to something, you cite it, and that is rising. No, is the A. Way is path. Refer to is cite, and that's rising, and that gives us showing no enthusiasm. Whew. My original thinking was a way to or a way to refer could be a way, I guess, was going to be the definition, but it wasn't. Discard, English, pickle. If you discard something, you might throw it away. English could be an E. Is there a word throw that means pickle? I don't think so. I'm going to go back to my standard let's hope for a crossing letter on that one. Food taken aboard in large quantities. Something's taken aboard, it's going on a ship. A ship can be SS. So if food is taken aboard, it might be on that ship. Food could be tuck. We get stucks. Doesn't feel right. Could get stocks, which could mean large quantities. But that would mean that food is tok, which doesn't feel right. Or what if aboard SS is in large quantities? Of taken and in, taken feels more positional and in feels more like it's joining. But what if in is positional? We've got aboard in large quantities. If that's the case, we have SS somewhere. It doesn't feel like it would be there. Large quantities could be mass. Not seeing it. Vague relative has a right. So a relative could be an uncle. Whoop. And it has a right would give us unclear. That feels good. Second best. That's a laugh. This feels to me like it might be a double definition, but I'm not seeing it. There's many a girl in an English city. In an English city feels like it might be the definition. I can't really put my finger on why. Because again, in an could be positional. It could be a word for it could be a girl's name inside an English city. Actually, the more now I say it, that feels like it could be more likely. Alright, what else have we got? Beginning. I think at this point, I know we've got this one which has a crossing letter. Meet a dog has taken aboard. Meet a dog has. A dog could be a cur. And if we've got a meet what the dog has, the meat could be in there. There's only a few 3-letter meats. Ham. Don't like that. Beginning of first article. Beginning could be a start, but I can't make that work. First article. The first letter of article A. Beginning of first. But if I'm taking beginning or first and using it to take a letter, this has to be like an and lit or something, because the clue just isn't long enough for anything else. I don't know. Female in meadow allowed a bit of advertising material. So this might be a word for a female. A name, her, she, something like that, in a meadow. Field is 5 letters. And might this mean allowed a bit of advertising material? That doesn't sound right. Bit of could be looking at a hidden. What would it be taking a bit of? We've got some longish words here. Like, you're not getting 7 letters from that. What about charade? So female could be she, her, F. Meadow could be field, Lee. That's it. We're going to get Lee, meadow allowed, and female in that. It's going to be F, and that gives us leaflet, which is a bit of advertising material. Surplus actor in small role. I had an idea which nearly works, but I don't think it quite does. I was thinking spare. If something is surplus and it's spare, it's more than you need. An S could give that, and then a role could be a part, but that obviously doesn't quite work. Actually, I think this is just a double definition. Surplus would be extra, and an actor in a small role would be an extra in the in the production. River not shallow, but endless. D. If something's not shallow, it's deep, and we're having that endless. We're taking the end off of it, less the end, and that gives us D. And the river D is a river. Where is the D? In the United Kingdom, in Wales, Cheshire, Coca-Cola. Dressed crab near, Australian city. Dressed could be an anagram indicator. Crab near looks like an anagram of Canberra. Okay, we did okay toward the end. I actually think that our initial takes on that were probably... What else haven't we done? In France, you read Italian. In France, you read could be tu lire. Could this be you read in Italian? My Italian is not as good as my French. And actually, I'm not entirely sure the conjugation of read there. Is lire correct? I'm not certain. I'm going to look at some crossings on that one, I think. Are there any more cross clues we've not had a look at? See punk whirling in dance. Whirling could be an anagram indicator. See punk could be an anagram. We've got up, knees up. Yeah, a knees up is a dance colloquial phrase for it. And we've got that bit. I think that is all of the down clues that we've tried then. Alright, let's try with the same strategy. Let's go on all of the, so all the cross clues. Let's go on all of the down clues, see what we get. Small settlements belonging to the Prince of Denmark. The Prince of Denmark from the Shakespeare play is Hamlet, and a small settlement, like a village, smaller than a village, would be a hamlet. Think of the Hamlet glutton again. If you know, you know. If you don't, it's a magic card. Discard English pickle. We had a look at, we tried that one earlier, didn't we? We didn't have the P. If you discard something, you scrap it. Ooh. And English is E. And if you're in a pickle, you're in a scrape. It's not a food pickle, but it's like a predicament. Pickle, a small field or enclosure. Well, we didn't use pickle when we were down looking at our leaflet, did we? I did not know that pickle was a word for a field. Turns out there's more words for field than almost anything. Let's go back to Google. Pickle, a difficult situation. Same as a scrape. An awful lot of money for a boat. An awful lot of money for a boat. Not sure. Comes out to that, and we've got some crossing letters. We've got a lot of crossing letters for our second pass in a minute. Clever Dick's alias. Clever Dick would be a smart Alec. I'm mostly getting that because with the L and the C at the end, and I've got a vested interest in knowing words, knowing phrases that have Alec in it. There's many a girl in an English city. Exeter. There's many a girl. Exeter is so close, but it doesn't quite work, and I can't see anything other than Exeter now. Right, we'll see if we can come back in a bit. Second best, that's a laugh. We had a look at that one, didn't we? We didn't get it. Meet a dog has taken a board. Meet a dog. We've got all the crossing letters on this one already, so that's going to be bad if we can't get it. Mutton. Yes. A dog can be a mutt. If you take something aboard, you take it on. Mutt on. There we go. Sulphur taken by a boy as healthy food. Sulphur is S. And if we put that at the start, I think we can see salad as a healthy food. So sulphur, A. Sulphur taken by A. And then boy is lad. And that does give us salad. Lower area. If you lower yourself, you abase yourself. And in terms of the wordplay, area can be abbreviated to A, and then a headquarters can be a base. A seer, I heard. Heard is a homophone. Given the letter we've got here, this is going to be I, as in a seer, a thing that sees. And I heard, the letter I sounds like that. Okay, we're doing okay. Beginning of first article. It does look like start, doesn't it? But why? Beginning of here is a hidden indicator. We've got the ST from first and the ART from article. In France, you read. I mean, this is not what we were theorizing earlier. So I think we come back to that. We've got rid of some of these other easier ones. Bill has little time for paperwork. Time for paperwork. Admin. Bill has little. I mean, this has to be admin, right? Time for paperwork. What else could it be? A bill has little time. I can't make the. I'm not seeing the wordplay though. These two I think are a little bit worrying. If I'm not seeing one of them, either of them, the other one. If I'm not seeing either of them, both of them are going to be hard to do. I think once I get one, the other one's easier. This does still look like it could be, so I heard. Rhodesia. I think it's Rhodesia. I think Rhodesia is an old country, although I'm not entirely sure what country it became. Rhodesia. Southern Africa. Okay. In the news a lot today with the president of South Africa being in the news with and in the White House. Food taken aboard. It still feels like it could be stocks, but I'm not seeing why. Looking at lot of money, bank, and awful, and doing an anagram of that. Admittedly, I'm just taking the two words and switching them over, but it's technically an anagram. Is a bankana thing? Let's have a look. Bankai, maybe. It doesn't feel likely, does it? If it's give me, if it's telling me it's probably a word in Yoruba, then it's probably not an English word. Large quantities. I'm taking large quantities to be the definition. If in is joining, you kind of, then maybe large could be an L, but LT feels unlikely. Second could mean silver and therefore be a fairly tortured, like the silver chemical. Or the element silver, AG. So what if this is a girl in an English city? If it was Exeter, I think it would have to go there. And girl presumably would be G, but that doesn't mean anything. There's many. What if the definition is there's many a girl, and we have an English and then a city? Could large quantities be a ton? But if this T was here, with this T here in large quantities, again you'd expect quantities, tons, you'd expect that to be there. And double T at the start feels impossible. That's a laugh, that's a giggle, a chuckle. That's a laugh. A and then a 5-letter word for laugh. Meaning second best. I think we're just going to cycle through these four. I think I need to, it might come down to needing to take a clue for one of these two, and another one for one of these two. In France. English to French. You read two. Okay, I was close with two li. Okay, what about if that was Italian? Okay, let's take a hint on this then, shall we? An awful lot of money for a boat. What is it? A packet. Is a packet a type of boat then? A ship travelling at regular intervals between two ports, originally for the conveyance of mail, and it is dated. Okay, that's a new one on me. Double definition. Cool, cool, cool. In France, you read Italian. So at this point, with probably two there, I'm thinking, oh sorry, this isn't T, is it? That's part of the problem. That's Hamlet's. So this is Tuscan. We said scan earlier as a possible synonym, didn't we? But discounted it. Okay, so check what we're writing is one of the takeaways there. Yeah, I think we might have got that one if I hadn't written the Hamlet incorrectly. But I don't think that would have helped get packet, so I don't feel too bad about it. Food taken. Taken is past tense. So that could be 8. Let's reveal that one as well. Let's see what we've got. I mean, we had stacks as a possible, didn't we? So what is this? Taken aboard is SS and food. So I think food, I said tuck, and we said maybe it could be stocks or similar. I think tack is like animal fodder. No. in horse, in animal fodder, it's sort of equipment, not food. So I'm not quite sure how that works then. I feel like we're nearly there, but I'm not seeing it. If anyone can see it, get it in the comments. Second best. S could be second. If something is best, it's... That's a laugh. Scream. Cream is the best. The cream of the crop, for example. And that's a laugh, that's a scream, so that makes sense. There's many a girl in an English city. Even with the letters here, I'm not sure which side of the clue is which. I'm not saying this one. Let's get the... let's reveal this one as well. Chester. Many a girl. Many a girl. So an English city is the definition. So there's many a girl is our second definition of wordplay. I mean, Chester is an anagram of C, the letter C, and theirs. It doesn't seem to be what the wordplay is suggesting. Many a girl. City could be C, but it comes at the wrong end of the clue to be the C in Chester, and it's the definition anyway. It's another one I'm just not seeing, I think. Again, if you can see it, get in the comments. We'll see what we get to. Okay, we got to the end of that one. This one I did clearly find a little bit trickier. I think there were 3 in there that... I mean, maybe I could have taken a guess at stacks, but I don't understand it. So there's 3 in there that I wasn't going to get, I think it's fair to say, which is more than usual for Daily Mail for me. Well, if you enjoyed what you see, then we'll see you next time. In the meantime, please do like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Until the next time.